comment, then we'll take questions for Alex and Nick, and we'll go back to questions for these brothers.
Well, it was a terrific game for the fans to watch. I don't know if it was a terrific game for the coaches to watch, but it was a fun game. It was up and down, good offense, relatively poor defense. Kind of totally different than the other two, I thought. I thought they really came with a lot of energy, a lot of respect for Kent State and their players. I thought Justin Green in particular was not going to get zeked again, and he had a terrific game. I thought Perini, when they got down, showed tremendous toughness. And then Randall Holt said, "Hey, we're not dead yet. You know, I'm gonna put a couple in before it's over." So it was a good basketball game. I think our little guy controlled the action for us. Made some big plays when it mattered. Had a 30-second lack of concentration. I mean, he's going to make that layup 15 times out of 16. And then missed 2 free throws where he's made about 100 in a row. But he played terrific, made some big steals. And then I thought Nicola carried us in the first half. You could see just that experience. And then I'm particularly proud of Nick Harney. He had a very difficult game at Kent State, but rallied himself to play with tremendous energy. Quincy Diggs played better. And I thought Treadwell was normal Treadwell, which was tough and consistent. So overall, I was pleased with how we played. I was impressed with Kent State, and it didn't surprise me in the least.
Questions for Alex or Nick?
Was it a bit of an advantage that despite the week off, the last opponent you guys played was Kent State?
I would say it can go both ways. You never know. I mean, we worked hard every day, prepared to have some extra time. But you know what? Those people are playing in front of us. They get more in the rhythm of the games, and you know they just go out there and they're ready to go. You know, we could have come in this game and you know be a little bit lackadaisical, but no, Coach kept us really on alert all week. And we had hard practices, short but hard, just to prepare for the environment and you know opponent we're going to play. And listen, we played those guys 2 times before this. There's no secrets between us. I mean, they know what we do, and you know we know what they do. But it ultimately comes down to the grind, you know, to hits and you know it gets, and that's the bottom line. That's the bottom line. You know, toughness plays. Who's going to give them more? And this year at this stage we came through and. I'm just, you know, glad that for 4th time in my 4 years to go to championship game is special.
Right.
Alex, we've seen the last couple of days teams that have played their first game here struggle out of the gate. How important was it for you guys to get a good start and be able to hit a couple of shots early coming out?
That was a big emphasis for us as far as we wanted to get out of the gate because the first 2 games against them, we started off down 9.5, down 8. So we took really like the shoot-arounds really seriously because we knew like the rims are not the same. So we came out ready to play, and I think we would have won no matter what.
Steph.
Nick, you said something to Justin Green afterwards. You held on to him for a minute and whispered in his ear. Can you share what you said to him?
You know what? It's been a pleasure competing against that guy. He's a high quality guy, high class guy. We went at it for 4 years. I have a tremendous respect for him. You know, sometimes he won, sometimes I won, but ultimately we think we have a very good friendship and we developed a good relation for 4 years. And like I said, he played his hearts out for 4 years for that program, represented the program the best possible way. And you know, it's crazy. It was like yesterday we played our first games, 4 years ago, and now it's all coming down to the wire. And same for Michael Perini. I mean, we just had our battles, and like I said, I have a tremendous respect for that team and that program. And it's kind of sad it's over. It will be probably fun. We have a little bit more to go at it. A little bit more battles, so you can have something to write about you guys, I guess.
Becker and Dave.
Alex, talk about you hit a big 3 with under 2 to go, then the big free throws. Just talk about the excitement, big stage like this against your rival.
Nothing you can say, but I think I was ready to mentally. I was just ready. I knew it was going to come down to the end, no matter what. Especially with last year's finale, and I just wanted to make the best play for my team possible. And when he gave me the ball, I just was ready to shoot and just nailed him.
Alex, probably one play that probably kept them from really putting the pedal on the gas, going back with pick off the steal? What did you see there? What happened?
I saw the 3-on-1, and I've been in this situation many times before, and I just I went with my instincts and I read him like a book. He looked him off, and I already knew where he was going with it, and he threw that, and I was like, that's easy money, special delivery.
Can I answer that?
He gambled.
This guy's going to gamble every time he gets the opportunity, and he took the gamble, and he won that one. He took 4 early in the half and lost them all. So, but I knew he was going to gamble on it, and that was a big gamble for us. You see, Nick knew too, right? Got to know your players.
75% of those are good.
Come on, man, you know him better. You've been writing about us for 4 years. You know better.
Guys, in the past week, since you saw them last week, some of the Kent players have been vocal about wanting another shot, kind of like thinking that they let one slip away. Was that any extra motivation hearing and seeing that?
Absolutely. I think Perini made a couple of comments that we're not gonna beat them 3 times in a row, and if we beat them 2 times, that means that they already got us in their mind, and I knew we were gonna come ready to play.
You know, I don't know, but for me, it was just, you know, coach preaching for 4 years. I learned one thing, and that's in this type of situations, you have, you know, be even kill. Yes, you give you an extra motivation. You want to work harder because it is your rival. But if you don't stay even kill in this type of environment, you're probably not going to do pretty well. And the other thing is, I mean, there's one saying that I learned here in the United States: the most silent guy in the room is probably the strongest. So you didn't hear us saying nothing, and we came out and win the game. So that's all that matters.
Nick, Alex, we'll let you get back to the locker room.
Thank you.
Kid asked me. I speak for him all the time.
I was going to ask you anyhow. So, yeah, just talk about what Chauncey gave you tonight. I mean, this is 2 consecutive Kent games.
I thought Chauncey played really well. I told him, look, try to play as hard as you can for 3-minute intervals, and he made some big floats. He made some good jump shots in the first half, and he's made sacrifices for our team most of the year, and hasn't really cut loose offensively, but mostly because we don't really want him to do that much. So I give him a lot of credit for being a winning basketball player.
Well, Keith talked about that, so you nod your head about that play. That could have been a tipper there, or at least something that got them a little inspired, the 3-on-1 to steal. Can you take us through that on your end?
Well, I just saw him jump out into the passing lane. He read his eyes, and now this guy has terrific instincts. Abreu is a guy that, you know, I don't know where he gets it because it certainly isn't coaching. I mean, he has a tremendous feel as to where to throw the ball, what guys are going to do, but one of his biggest problems is the gambling. And a lot of times guys gamble because they're not in great condition. I think the one thing I'll tell you about Abreu is you haven't seen anything yet. I think when he gets himself in the best condition he can get in, he's going to be one of the best guards in this country. And that you're going to say, oh, well, that's kind of an absurd statement. But I really believe that. I think he's just halfway to where he could be. And that's a statement that I made about another guy many years ago that all my college friends said, oh, you sound like a high school coach now. And I believe that guy can be much better than he is right now.
So you're saying you thought he was gambling on this?
Oh, yeah, there's no question he was gambling. He's going to gamble it every time. And in some ways, it's a good gamble. It's 3-on-1, and he's 5'8". So why not?
Coach, it was they hit a basket to go up 42-41. Can you tell us about the importance of the 3 straight 3-pointers and the basket by Diggs to get the momentum back?
Well, most coaches would have called timeout, right? And I just decided, hey, if I call timeout, then what are they thinking mentally? We're in trouble. So I said, let's play through it and see what happens. I probably would have called timeout maybe 1 or 2 possessions further along the line. But like I have a feel for our team. And I just felt like if I let him play through it, mentally it's better for him than calling the timeout.
Keith, are you one of the coaches that kind of feels uncomfortable winning with offense? Seems like you are.
Yeah, I'm a defensive-oriented coach. I'm an old-school guy. I'm a product of my dad and my uncle, whose teams won at the defensive end at Duquesne and City College. And I really didn't like the first half as far as them getting easy baskets in transition, points in the paint. They came with a little different game plan, though. They drove it right at us as hard as they could drive it. Before they were a little tentative coming into Zeke, And this game, they just came at it. And before, they were kicking and shooting threes and playing a little more tentative. They changed up on us a little bit. So I didn't like the first half from that perspective, but I thought it was the best we've played offensively in about a month.
You really stretched the floor with all those threes in the first half.
Right, and we haven't...
Yeah.
I felt like all along, Bill, that we've been a good shooting team, but for about a month we haven't shot the ball very well. And so that was important for us. Maybe it was the time off. I really don't know, but we played with a little bit more fluidity, I thought, just sharing the ball and shooting the ball, which we haven't done very well. I think if McClanahan made 3 of his jumpers, we could have busted it open, and he just didn't. But I didn't. To answer your question, I really didn't care for us defensively the first half.
Considering what you said about how they were driving back and you guys was forced in 7 minutes. I think you went 3 minutes where they never got a shot to take. How surprised were you if they didn't attack last time?
Well, I think they did. I think, I thought Treadwell did a really good job. He did. He's a strong kid for a young kid. I think the key for him is understanding not to foul and defensive discipline, but he's a really smart kid. And I think in the future, he's going to be able to handle those situations even better than he did. But I think that was key to the game. It really was. We hung in there with Zeke on the bench, and then I could get down under Ford before I brought him back, really, for the most part. And that was key. And I think we got to talk to Zeke about staying away from those silly ones. Like, I don't mind the ones where he's blocking shots, but we can't have illegal screens. We can't have, chucks when the guy's not even involved in the play over the backs. Because you could see in the second half we had him on the ropes because they couldn't get it up over him. And then when he got his 3rd foul, it changed the game again. And so if we're going to win tomorrow, we got to have that guy in the game.
One more from Andy in the back.
We did. Andy, he almost didn't give you a shot there. That's not very nice.
I got to ask you questions earlier today. So.
Okay.
Hey, just what was going through your mind when Alex hit those last 2 free throws in just the last minute of the game?
I think I felt like Rob did last night. Are we really going to screw this up this bad? And I think Alex deserved to make his free throws. He's played with terrific heart all season long. He came back from a meniscus tear in 1 week after surgery, which is unheard of. Just a tough kid. I was thinking about him more than anything. I'm proud of our guys. I think to go to 6 championship games is an unbelievable accomplishment. And I think about all the guys that have played in the program before these guys, that have taught these guys how to win, really. I think that's a tribute. Now, we need to win again so we can get to 500 in these games. But as long as we play hard tomorrow night and play together, I can live with any result. I want to win, don't get me wrong, more than anybody. But we have tremendous respect for the next 2 also. I've said this and I believe this. If you took these 4 teams and played 4 separate tournaments, I'm not sure that there wouldn't be a different winner every single time. That's how close the teams are. These are 4 terrific basketball teams. Kent State, Buffalo, Ohio University. They're all a little bit different. If you look at it, we swept Kent in the regular season. Buffalo swept us, right, in hoops. Did anybody sweep Ohio U?
No.
No, but they split with everybody, right? Except Buffalo. They beat Buffalo. They split with us and Kent. So everybody's pretty much the same. They're all a little bit different. Buffalo's really physical. OU's really quick and has a great point guard that distributes the ball. And Kent's a combination. So it's a great tournament, and it's going to be a terrific game tomorrow night. I just hope we play better against Ohio U if they're in it than we did the last time. And I have tremendous amount of respect for both of those coaches. They've done an unbelievable job. Thank you.